Good evening and welcome to the House Beyond the Supernatural podcast, the podcast that goes beyond the supernatural. All music comes from verse 13, Shadow Symphony, and Public Domain. All printing for the podcast is provided by Rainbow Press of Omaha, Nebraska. More details about this podcast can be found on houseofbts.net. Tonight's cast includes Baldwin, the genius and medical doctor, played by Arnie; Peter, the parapsychologist, played by Nick; Cass, the psychic medium and astrophysicist, played by Kirk; and Zia, the physical psychic and extreme athlete, played by Shannon, as she classes up the joint; and the host of the House of BTS as the Game Master. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a week since our last outing together. Good to see you all again.
Yeah.
Ah.
Nice one, Shannon. Shannon explained to us that tonight could either be really awesome or a train wreck because she got a butt plug thing going on. Ear plugged. Her ears are plugged. I'm sorry. What you must think of me.
Things got crazy.
Whoop whoop.
Let's see here. In recent news, Arnie turned me on to this the show on Netflix I've been watching.
What?
Well, he does that too.
Hold up.
Hey, he's a sexy man. The point is,
You've been stepping out on me?
We're not exclusive.
yeah, come on, man. Jeez, don't make it weird over there. What the hell's wrong with you?
I thought we had
One
something
night.
going.
I'm gonna
God.
get rid of you.
You're so clingy, man.
Sorry.
Dude.
Sorry.
What show?
What was the show that he turned you on to?
It was
Diablero?
yeah, Diablero on Netflix. Netflix original. It's a Mexican limited series show, and it's actually it's pretty good. I over the last week I've been watching like an episode a day as I'm doing lunch or whatnot, and it's actually a pretty decent show. It's very BTS friendly. I recommend those of you out there listening to give it give it a look. I think you'd like it. Even though coincidentally, even though it is a Mexican show, it is English dubbed and actually pretty decently dubbed for a change. So take that for what you will. Other than that, it's my birthday tomorrow, but I'm getting too old to celebrate it. But thank you all for thinking it all the same.
You're on your own there.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, getting me teary-eyed, Kirk.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Holy shit.
Well, thank you, Shannon. Everyone pause for a second. I need to hit the bathroom.
Are you serious? Nice.
Serious.
Nice.
What's going on?
So we had a 70 download day,
Whoa.
and then 4 days later we had another 70 download day, and then 2 days ago we had a 40, and then yesterday was a 50, and today, starting about 20 minutes ago, we've got a 60.
We love you.
Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you're all
I
enjoying
think we
the show.
also got
That's
our first
fantastic.
comments on our page too.
Yes,
So
we did.
that's got to
Yep.
be well over 2,000 now, right?
We got our first comment.
We're at 2,150.
Fantastic. And we got a comment?
Yep. I'm going to open it.
Uh-oh. Everybody
Make
hold
sure you
your breath.
don't get a virus.
Who do they hate?
Well, they're going to hate me when I can't pronounce their name, but that's Feysej, Feysej. He wrote in, who on your show is the craziest? Who is the most serious? Do you guys get along outside the show?
No.
All I have to say is
No.
Arnie and I have known each other since we were both 4, and we've never gotten along in the, it'll be like 40 years to basically that he and I have been doing this shtick. And we hate each other. Yeah, we don't get along together.
Are we going to go around and answer?
Yeah, I think we should all just give up who
Yeah,
we
all right.
think we
I
are.
think Arn is the craziest and Nick is the most serious. Kirk's a good balance, and I don't know where the hell I stand.
I agree.
Shannon, I think, is closer to Arnie than the serious, but not as crazy.
Yeah.
Compliment?
I would have to agree with Shannon. I think Arn is the craziest. I think our game master is probably the most serious.
He's got to be.
I don't know if I kind of qualify to the question though.
Well, you're part of the cast, right?
I am, but as a
It's his
GM,
job.
it's my job to.
Okay,
be the
so
CM.
then yeah.
If I'm over here acting a fool, the rest of you, I mean, nothing gets done if I'm not here, directing you guys. But I mean, I will say when I was here for the the mutant night, I had a pretty bizarre badger character that and I don't know if maybe I was just influenced by all the nuttiness going on at the table. I don't know.
It's contagious.
It is.
Well-
once you start it,
I also know
really
Nick
easy.
really loves it when I have Wisconsin accent characters, and I was like, well, a badger from Wisconsin just seemed the right thing to do. So I did that for you, Nick.
You
Man.
fit
It
in
was all
quite
out of
well,
love.
yeah. So
yes.
yeah, I agree. Because I always think of myself as the Zeppo of this little group of Marx Brothers.
You're the setup guy.
I got to be the setup guy. So
Yeah, well, see, as far as getting along outside of the show, I kind of have to get along with Nick, or else Christmas and Thanksgiving and all those times of years would just be completely awkward. So
well, yeah, that's family though.
that's family. Arn, yeah, we do. It may not sound like it with our characters, but we do get along outside of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I already had a root canal, so
I had
it's
food
not-
in my mouth.
Arn was eating very
I'm
Oh,
gingerly.
is that
I'm
what
so
you're calling
fucking
it these
hungry.
days?
He's just over there mashing it.
As far as getting along with everyone, and with the exception of Kirk, who I've only known since we started.
He doesn't like me.
I've known like I said, I've known Arnie 40 years, and I've known both of these two at least 10. So it's I can only assume we all get along. I mean,
I would say that I'd hang out with you guys outside of the show if we ever got together. I wouldn't ditch on you.
It's hard to talk about.
Wow.
Wow. See, I have problems when I drink. I forget names. Jason, who
You
I've
know-
known for like 10 years, who's also my boss. So, yeah, I kind of got to get along with him.
Oh, I didn't know Banks was your boss. I
Yeah.
didn't catch that.
It's very weird.
That has to be weird.
Yeah. Listen to him and tells me what to do. Oh, yeah, okay.
I tried to listen to Bittersweet Ramblings the other day. It needs a little spicing up, Allison. It needs some BTS guys on there, so we can make it a little crazier for you.
She's insane. Have you listened to it? Like, more than one?
I
Because
haven't.
it's
I'll
a
be
ramble. Like,
I'll
she
be
goes
honest.
from on track to just wherever she's going.
That's awesome. All right.
It was like, whoa.
I'll have to listen to it again. Another one. I listened to the anti-drug message one yesterday.
Actually, as I think about it, I think I've known Shannon and Nick probably about 13 years now, if the math in my head's right. But I get hit in the head a lot, so you can never be sure.
Yeah, because I moved down here back from Minnesota in 2006 and got a job at TD Ameritrade. And that's where we.
And that was where we met. And Shannon, we met in a similar vein because she was a fan of the Nevermore group, and she actually won we were doing a raffle for the
Mystery Manor.
for the Mystery Manor. For those of you who don't live here in the Omaha area, look up Mystery Manor Omaha. It's like the awesomest haunted attraction, longest running one in like the whole state, maybe even couple states.
I was real dumb and met someone
Thanks,
from the internet.
Jen.
Yeah, she did just kind of meet me for all. I was like, here, does this smell like chloroform to you? You know. And,
At Chili's.
oh yeah, at
Oh, wow.
Chili's, you know. And then I would have just carried her out over my shoulder. Not too much to drink, total lightweight. Don't worry about her. But no, I was a nice guy. So that and so she's kind of been in the she's kind of been circling the orbit ever since.
Glad to see you got rid of that windowless van.
Oh. You had a windowless van, Steve?
What the hell are you talking about?
You want
Kidnapping
some
van.
candy,
Oh,
little
the free
kid?
candy van.
Hey, little girl, you want some
You know,
candy?
That free candy ban was, it was such a sham too, because I had all that free candy sitting in the back and no one ever took any. I mean, it's like, I wrote it on the side, what more did they need? Free candy. No one ever came in and got any. What the hell? But I digress. Makes me sad. All that candy would just spoil one after the other, but I never gave up hope and faith, and yet no one ever took any. Kirk would have, though. I can tell by looking at him.
No.
He'd be like, free candy, sweet.
Candy's
Hook
sweet,
me
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, dude, take all you want. No one else ever takes any. It's like, hey, thanks. You're a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, thanks for the candy.
But anyway, so I don't think I have anything else to bring up unless the rest of you do. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for... I know Nick probably mangled your name. I won't do the same, but whoever you are that responded, thank you very much for the questions. Keep them coming. Keep listening. We do this all for you guys. I mean, we could sit here and chuckle amongst ourselves all night, but no, we let you guys all get involved with that too. Otherwise, I think we are ready to start the show. So everyone, get set and get in the character. It is time to go beyond the supernatural. For podcast listener purposes, it has roughly been about 5 days since everyone made it back to Earth Realm. Since we've all come back home, all the SDCs and hit points and such would have healed up. Cass's cheek is healing nicely under the magical care of Dr. Baldwin. So he doesn't sound like this no more.
Bad Rocky Balboa impression.
Let's see here. Let's see. Trying to get this right in my head. Sorry, it's been a day. Zia has she took a beating during the last venture out. She's been healing up nicely. And she's spending a lot of time with Gurdeep learning some of the more subtle talents of what being a physical psychic is. Because probably, before she met Gurdeep, she probably never did any kind of meditation effort, or at least regularly, probably in her entire life. Just from what I know and see of her thus far. And I would like to think her designer would agree with me.
Yep, she pretty much is an ass kicker, not kisser. And
well, maybe she does that too.
She's a last kicker.
She might be in the right circumstances.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't judge. Whatever you're into.
I was distracted by these balls.
Oh, sorry. Let me put those away.
That's Gurdeep.
Sorry, I get excited and let me get my pants back on. I'm sorry.
It's a picture, y'all.
You can check.
She took it on her phone.
Is that on our private page? Okay. Never mind.
No, she is not a meditator.
But she's working. She's learning it now. Her curative meditation practices have helped serve her getting all those, because she has an incredibly large number of SDC points, and she had lost most of them in that encounter, and it takes time to heal, but she's been working on it. I will add a side note to you, Zia. During at least 2 or 3 different practice sessions of meditation with Gurdeep, you were distracted by hearing what sounded like grumbling and roaring sounds on occasion coming from the basement. And when you'd ask about what that was, Gurdeep would simply say, "That is for another time," and would leave it at that and go back to the practices.
She's not going to wait much longer to find out what it is. I'll tell you that.
I would expect no less of Zia. The last couple days for Peter in this case, I imagine between fine tweaking and working on his helmet. With Hannah, he's also been knee deep in a lot of paperwork and such, working and he's got studies to continue learning with, working alongside Dr. Baldwin with other various practice and the mountains of paperwork that comes with being a parapsychologist. And he would also have to be prepping for tonight's group therapy. Although, if I'm understanding the last time we talked, I don't know if Peter, how's your heart feeling in the group therapy tonight?
not really into it.
I was afraid that might be the case.
Yeah. I don't really feel like listening to people's crap all night. Sometimes it's just hard to go through things and then have to listen to the same people talk about the same crap over and over again, week after week. Oh, my dog died when I was 4 and my dad shot him in front of me. Oh, poor little kid. Oh, my friend died in front of me. Who cares about your stupid dog when you were 4? Sorry. All right. That's how I feel right now.
Peter, I don't know if I'm ever going to look at you the same way again after that. That was pretty cold-blooded. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I'll get back to it. We'll get around.
Cass, on the other hand, the last couple days after taking the day off, that seemed like you
Did I
really
quit my
needed.
job?
Well, the last I had heard, you hadn't officially quit your job, but you did. You had the oral warning that turned into a written one after you had got rather flippant with your supervisor.
Cardboard box in the alley.
I was gonna say, yeah, at the another round of that might very well happen.
I'm living in a cardboard box.
But since you had not been fired, no, you've been able to take your last several days of going and doing what you love, doing as an astrophysicist. Because again, after experiencing what you have, you are in a unique situation now of not theorizing. You know that everything that you theorize possibly exists and then some.
Yes, sir.
But you have absolutely no shred of proof to say that you had been. So knowing and proving is a frustrating act for you the last few days. But it has kept you busy at work and has kept you on task.
All right.
Kind of a newfound zest even, perhaps, since you have new angles you probably had not even considered before. And that's something we'll touch up more on in future episodes should you still be employed there.
All right. I may not be. You might find my boss floating in the... Wait, no, what? No. I would never murder someone. You can't prove anything.
Like the car,
Crash. Yeah.
Crash.
That's my nickname. Crash.
Yeah, Crash.
What?
I made it through my sandwich, and I don't think I bit my mouth.
Yeah.
I crashed Dr. Smythe's van. So
That's a good point. Yeah, you think he's
Crash.
going to let you stay at his place? Yeah, you're sorely mistaken. After you set his van on fire, you set the Demon Knight on fire. You're really asking a lot to think you can crash at his place long term.
Yeah.
I'm sure Seattle has some great missions, open door missions.
Seattle actually has some of the largest homeless housing centers in the country. In fact.
So I can always have a place to stay.
You don't necessarily want to stay at those places. I have personally seen what they look like, and it's not somewhere I would want to go.
It's got to be better than the shithole I just came from, where my friend died.
I love how he's your friends. All of a sudden.
Well, he's dead.
They didn't
and you
help
try
him
to
move.
remember the
Ever.
positives. He didn't help you move.
Well, I did save his ass quite a few times, and he was always running away.
Do you even know where he lived?
He was always running away. He never saved my ass. I was always
He didn't
saving
know where,
his ass.
Oh, he probably did know where you lived.
Duh.
Speaking of which, Zia, memory serves, you intentionally live in one of the worst neighborhoods in Seattle. I think we all remember this, right?
Yep.
It's just almost like you're daring someone to try to break into your joint.
I would like to see them try.
It would probably be, hey, free practice.
She's like that UFC fighter that beat that guy up at
Brazil?
the bus stop.
Yeah! Beat the absolute crap out of the guy. Good on her.
Yay, you.
Way to go, woman UFC fighter. You're awesome.
I can't help but if I'm thinking if I ever met her in real life, I'd be a little intimidated and yet strangely aroused.
Yeah, because she probably has bigger muscles than I do, so I'd be kind of intimidated.
Okay.
You have wonderful muscles.
So, being as obviously your heart is not in it, I am not going to forcibly subject these two to have to go through through the group therapy night, because it sounds like it's going to be a lot of down notes and negativity that would probably cost us some listeners. Especially after the 4-year-old
Aw.
losing his puppy to an abusive father, then he just doesn't care anymore, Riff.
Did you
That
dig
you have
deep
to
for
take
that
a
one?
knee. You
Do you
kind of
have
have
some
to take a
issue-
knee after something like that.
Do you have some issues that you need to get out?
I was looking forward
No.
to the dark comedic value of that.
I'm up.
I don't find anything funny about what was just said. I'm going to be honest. I guess that makes me the serious one at the
Dr.
table tonight.
Baldwin standing at the locked
I'm
door
sure my friend in Minnesota who that actually happened
with a
to would be
box
finding it
of-
really funny.
overpriced donuts.
If you're listening to this show, guy from Minnesota,
Nobody
yeah.
from Minnesota listens.
Okay.
None of our friends from Minnesota listen to
Minnesota.
this show.
Minnesota. Do not fuck Minnesota. They're very nice up there.
No, they're
You can
not.
all go fuck yourselves up there now.
No, they're not. I lived there for 10 years. No, they're not.
I visited twice. They're nice.
Hey, so have I. I've been up there twice.
I went to Wisconsin a couple times.
You went to Duluth in the wintertime.
I did go to
Dumbass.
Duluth.
I got nothing. Well, yeah, part of that's my fault too. But all right, here we go. In an effort of getting the train, getting the crate back on track, as it were, there will be a text message in both of your phones that you both would have received, as well as Zia throughout your group therapy session. So, Zia, you'll get one. You'll have a text message waiting for you once you're done with your latest round of meditation practice with your deep. Practicing mind block techniques from the sounds of it. So anyway, the three of you have text messages to stop by the warehouse when you're at your earliest convenience. An investigation is being put together.
I will head over there directly. Wait, are we talking like afternoon or is this morning?
This will be going in the evening.
Yeah, I'll head straight over there.
I'm going to text him back and be like, well, we got to clean up a little bit, and then we'll be right there.
Dr. Smythe says he looks forward to seeing you.
Interviewing new possible recruits.
I'm going to help him.
New possible recruits.
I'm going to help him.
I'm in the middle of a group therapy session. Perfect place to find new candidates.
Worked out so well before.
We need to find someone to replace John. Somebody's got to take the bullet for us
Where's
again.
that hipster kid that was really interested last time?
Yeah, where is he?
Well, after you all mocked the hell out of him,
We made
I'm
fun
pretty
of
sure
him and
he
made
didn't.
him leave.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to see Hipster Kid again. Kip,
I do know
think
where
his
his
name
band
was.
is playing. I could go ask him.
Hey, yeah,
There
you
you
could
go.
go find his garage band. They're probably at one of the hipster bars down the way, and there's plenty of them up there in the Pacific Northwest. I've seen them. We're gonna fast forward now to the warehouse.
Where are we now? We're now.
Zia would get there first from the sounds of it, since you'll have to clean up, and we'll treat it for the night that with your being as you're obviously your head's not in the right space, and it probably wasn't the best night for recruitment potential. So no recruitments to talk about. Maybe some potentials though. Probably not the one whose dog died when he was 4. Probably he doesn't sound like he would have
He
the
doesn't have the stomach for the
stability.
wet work.
Probably doesn't have the stomach exactly. I think Cass nailed it on the head there.
It can get messy, and I don't think he'd start having flashbacks. Oh no, not my puppy!
You know, I would like to remind you guys I try to keep a no alcohol policy at my table, and I see most of you are not listening.
Nick,
tonight.
this is your table, right? It's
when I'm GMing, this is my damn table.
I need something to wash that cheese down, fucking assholes.
You're washing the cheese down with a beer. You'll make a fine Wisconsiner's wife over, dear.
Gonna smell real good on the way home. Anyway.
Oh, Christ, officer, I've only had a couple of 2 or 3.
See, what happened was I got a sandwich, and the fuckers put cheese on it, and I needed to use the alcohol to sterilize my mouth.
what does Zia see at the warehouse?
Well, Zia coming in first, and then eventually the other two. The description of the warehouse tonight, all would be. It would be dark throughout most of it. There would be the section where Hannah is working on updating the oddball helmet would have some lighting going on. It looks like she's in the middle of welding the frame and bits and pieces and such. And there are lights on in the manager room and conference room on the second floor, which you'd suspect that's probably where Smythe would be. So climbing up the stairs,
I want to say hi to Hannah first.
She would not take her eyes off you. She looks to be pretty into her work tonight. She would give you a hello and continue on with what she's doing.
Fine. I'll go see the old man.
Hannah looks really into her welding right now.
You could use that scissoring skill.
I didn't take it.
Hey,
God damn it.
Hannah, you want a scissor?
I got auto mechanics.
And her response would be, no thank you, I got a pair right here.
I can tell her how to put a
autoerotic
radiator on it.
asphyxiation next time I level.
That sounds like a good one.
Would that be a skill, though?
If I failed it,
Yeah,
would I
if you
die?
fail, Jim Carradine mailed it.
Bill.
Carradine?
Yeah.
David
Oh.
Carradine.
Michael Hutchins?
We're all wrong.
You think that's what Michael Hutchins did?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I think he was murdered.
What?
Just like Kurt Cobain.
I think he probably committed suicide, and a lot of they sum that up to sexual misadventure to make people's families feel better.
It was all because of his
Yes.
wife that he died.
Never mind. Done with that.
The nagging wife drove him to suicide.
I just
via
wanted to say hi to
auto-asphyxiation.
Hannah.
Wow, yeah.
It's like
And you did. There's- none of this other stuff really had to come into that conversation, but it did. And obviously, you've all been drinking, so.
I haven't been drinking. I'm like this sober, thank you.
I blame the impending snowpocalypse.
Yeah. The 2 inches of snow we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get more than a few inches.
Ouch.
I felt a little weird. I was talking to Sean, and Sean was all drunked up. He's like, you're always smart. You always sound like you're drunk. And I didn't know how to take that. Is that a good thing or a really bad thing? This is like a bad thing.
Last
Well,
week we were
he's
so
not
on
wrong.
track that this week's we'll get there.
You usually do sound like, yeah, you're drunk. I'll give
God
you that.
damn it. What am I, retarded? Oh, I can't say that.
Hey,
Oh.
hey. We can't say that in these parts.
Womp womp womp
We don't go in for that
womp.
sort of thing around here.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey, Zia. And leaves it at that. Goes back to welding. Going upstairs, and this will be a kind of a repeat situation with you two. Going upstairs, Dr. Smythe and Dr. Baldwin are going over case files and listening to recordings taken of what sounds like EVP recordings and looking at various video items on a laptop, amongst other. Looks like they're in the midst of some sort of investigation process, but you have probably never seen anything investigative-wise like this before, so you're probably not entirely sure what it is they're doing.
I do not investigate. I just bash skulls.
She destroys.
Fair enough. She did have an
Yeah.
opportunity to take some investigative skills tonight. No, it was more physicals.
Duh.
She's our tank.
And she's good at it. But Dr. Smythe would be more than happy to help explain and introduce and when he's unable or distracted, Kendra will also be happy to kind of point things out.
No,
Yeah.
you wait for the men. I do not care. You wait for the boys. Explain this to them.
The boys, it's your turn. Both of you show up now after your night of group therapy going awry.
I see no boys in this room.
Eyeball and crazy man.
Crazy.
It's like
It's a good cop show.
that would be a good cop show.
Eyeball and the Crazy Man.
Yeah, like Jake and the
Like
Fat
Jake and
Man.
the Fat Man.
That could sell. Same story. Hannah's in the middle of working on the Oddball for version 2. As you know, otherwise it's quiet and dark in the warehouse, but there are lights and sounds of conversation going on the second floor.
Okay, I'm just gonna go upstairs.
Hey, Hannah, we're going to head upstairs. Sounds like they're out there right now.
Hey, boys. Goes back to welding.
I'm going to... Yeah, last time I investigated the upstairs for noises, you guys made fun of me, so let's just go up there.
We're just gonna go upstairs.
And it was then that Peter realized his mistake as he walked into the giant maws of a monster. If only he had investigated!
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh! Roll up a new character.
Peter, I really did like you.
Curses, Peter!
Cedar Porridge. That's what
Cedar
it's named.
Porridge.
Cedar
There
Porridge.
you go.
He's got the exact same stats. His name's Cedar Porridge.
Cedar Porridge.
Like the dude on Beer Fest.
Why do you sound like Peter? I'm not Peter.
I'm Cedar! Dr. Baldwin. I forgot to give you the paperwork to let you kind of read and know what the hell's even going on here. This should ring some bells for you. This is the previous investigation that started all this. Hope you're feeling like doing a little reading tonight. If not, pass it down.
Absolutely.
He's going to sound great tonight, folks. Great! And this is the info for the current investigation we're working on now.
Did you
And
do
this
your
is the
book
personnel
report?
file of the detective you spoke to earlier. Enjoy all that. So, Zia has come in and asked basically save it for the boys, as she put it. So Smythe and Kendra in the end held their tongue, but now the boys have come into the room. Same situation. The videos on the laptop, the EVP recordings playing, and so on and so on. It looks like they're in the midst of preparing an investigation.
What you guys got going on?
That sounded like you were in the oddball. You might want to rephrase that a little more, Peter, out of his oddball. You know, that thing you do?
After the traumatization, Peter's going to be a little different.
Peter grew some hair on his balls after that?
There's a reason why Peter had that voice and not his normal voice.
After that investigation, Peter got pubes. You didn't tell anyone about my pubes, did
His
you?
nuts dropped.
Today, you are a man. Wow, it's suspiciously quiet in here.
What's going on?
Maybe I should have you guys drink more.
What
Are
are
we
we working
reading?
on here?
Well, Zia is not reading, as I understand it. She's just kind of watching it happen.
No,
Well, I
Zia
don't-
only reads trashy romance novels.
I don't think
Oh.
Dr. Baldwin would tell Cass what he's doing anyway, so I'll just wait for him to
He does
explain.
not do that.
I was going to add some trashy romance novels to your supplies. I don't know. Maybe she does. I'm not one to
50
judge.
Shades was garbage.
50 Shades of Shit.
Like Harlequin. Is that real? I don't know.
Yes.
That's real.
50 Shades of Harlequin?
No, Harlequin romance novels.
I've never
Isn't
read
that
one
the
in
one
my
with
life.
the Fabios and the...
Page 180 always had the sex scenes.
Spoken like a true man that truly knows. Listen to you.
My friends and I used to search for the sex scenes in the book.
I can't.
I got nothing.
Fine. You guys apparently didn't live as adventurous of a life as I did, I guess.
Well, my folks started getting me Playboy when I was 15, so Arnie can vouch for that. So I was reading articles in Playboy instead.
Sure you were.
Oh, I remember Bubba made some purchases for me.
Yeah. Arnie and I had some pretty blessed parentage.
Oh, and my dad always just had anything.
Oh,
lying
yeah, well,
around at any given
Well,
time
yeah, then there
anyway.
was your dad.
My dad just had porn lying around everywhere.
Your dad is an entirely different situation, yes.
Especially unmarked VHS tapes, of which we will not
Yeah,
speak of.
there is a story behind that we will not utter at this
They're
table.
both traumatized to this day.
Yeah, that's a story for the group
Me
therapy.
more than Steve, I'm sure.
Well, I do remember one instance.
I already know. I know what you saw.
I had one instance, and I assume you probably had more, and you have my sympathies for that.
God.
So that's that one's for the group
Poor
therapy
Arn.
session night when Peter's in a better place. Because it sounds like Peter is not able to care tonight about somebody who watched his old man's personal porn
I bet you
stash,
can't wait
when
to
he was a
edit
kid.
this one.
Next,
Why? Well, I'm not
next
editing.
excited.
30 seconds long.
It's gonna be 30-second episode.
I'm gonna say I think the snowpocalypse has got us all a little punchy tonight. It does seem to be a very different show than our norm. But that's all right, because now Dr. Baldwin is about to set us straight. As he abandoned and left his chair.
Dr. Baldwin, please enlighten me about what is going on.
Who the fuck are you?
See, that's exactly the reaction I knew that this asshole was
Did
going to
you
give
order
me.
carry out?
Why do I gotta put
Take
up
out?
with this bullshit, Peter? I
Every
should have just
week,
fucking killed
This
him.
guy's angry. Don't tip him. You can leave the cannoli over here.
I should have killed him last time.
Oh, you.
Just great entertainment.
I knew who you were. I'm not a moron.
Zia, I'm almost
Yeah, and I was
surprised you like
always
cannoli.
only
That makes-
speaking.
Probably 3 of us. maybe
Zia
4.
sounds like a kind of gal that appreciates cannolis.
I
could be
like
wrong.
all food.
She just likes food.
Most food is pretty much poison. I could go into it sometime.
My body is strong enough to reject poison and just take nutrients.
You just keep believing that.
She crushes it like sparrowegg
I haven't pooped in 3 years.
on
My
thigh.
body just absorbs it all.
All right, you, Dirty Harry. You know how to whittle?
Nope.
Whittle! So, I've called you all here. I'm sorry. We've called you all here. Because I need cannon fodder.
Oh, what?
Huh.
Are you speaking?
Like last time.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
I had an encounter a little while ago with and don't think I'm crazy, because they exist, a vampire. Like a real Bram Stokery vampire. Not like a
Bram
fucking
Stoker?
Stroker?
Bram God damn it.
That must be a parody film.
That's a porno. That's a vampire porn.
God damn it. Shut up.
Strokers.
Vampires are real.
They glow right before the
They
scene.
do not goddamn glow. Kill this man.
There was a lot of sucking in that video.
I want to suck you.
All right, so
He's going to stake him.
fuck you all. We're gonna leave here in a little while and just listen to what I say, and you won't die.
I'm sorry, were you talking?
I can't get over Bram Stoker.
All right, Nick,
That's an
edit
easy
here.
mistake.
Nick, this is getting bad.
This is getting great. So,
It does sound like an obvious gay porn parody.
many
of
months
Bram
ago,
Stoker.
I was, of course, in command, the lead, of a paranormal investigation at a speakeasy downtown. We found a vampire in the wall, staked through the heart of this skeleton-y thing. The whole works. There were some ghosts. It was amazing. You might not believe in that kind of stuff. If you don't, you're an idiot. But it's kind of hard to prove, so it's not like everybody knows. So I'll give you a little bit of leeway. But I can go into the metaphysical and paranormal aspects of everything ad nauseum if you'd really like me to. but I think I'm going to cut it off here. Excuse me, are you taking notes or diddling?
I'm sorry, were you talking?
I am talking, and when I talk, you should listen to me. It's usually the correct information. So, there's a vampire loose in this city. Unfortunately, instead
Cass,
of
please.
doing the proper...
Did you remove the stake from that vampire?
Yes.
Who was your
Yes.
parapsychologist on that case? Because whoever they are is a fucking moron.
I don't remember his name. He was just kind of insignificant to
So now
me.
there's some vampire running around?
I didn't know there was a vampire. I don't believe in that stuff until then. But yeah, there's a vampire running around, and I finally got in the lead. So we need to put our heads together and
So this
figure
is
out
your
how to
fault.
get this
It's
thing.
his fault.
It's absolutely not my fault. And if I would have been in charge, I'm sure we would have.
You were the leader.
You were the
I
leader.
was absolutely not the leader.
You just
You
said
said
you were
like
the
3
leader.
times.
I'll have to check the recording.
Make sure it's time stamped.
Well, I didn't know, okay? I didn't know all the fucking nuances of vampires.
I
You
thought
get
you-
confused
I
with all the
thought you
different
were the
movies and
smartest
myths
man
and...
on the planet. I thought you knew
No,
everything.
I am tied with the smartest men on the planet.
If you were up on your stroker, you would have known that that's what happens when you pull a stake out of a vampire.
Dude, do you even stroke her?
So yeah,
Stroker.
you.
Apparently
So
newer.
so you fucked up, and now you need our help.
I don't need your help.
It sounds like it.
I thought I'd let you guys come along, to milk
Oh,
the
yeah, you're
experience.
just trying to
I
cover up
want
your...
to go play. Do we
You're
need wooden
definitely
steak?
coming. Absolutely. Yeah, wooden stakes.
He's trying to-
Definitely.
I'm
I'm up for it. I'm
I'll
fine.
do it. I'll do it.
I get the widow comment now.
I'll do it only because Peter's doing
In
it.
fact, what we
Go
really
on, bud.
need are some silver bullets, I think. Do those work? We need to know.
Oh, you need silver bullets.
I think they do.
I want steak. Bullets are for sissies.
So. You want me to make some silver
Bullets
bullets?
are for
huh?
smart people.
That was like a silver sword.
Sissies can be smart. They're just weak.
Why should I give you any silver bullets?
Oh, I don't need you. I mean, if you
I'm
want
a
to
munitions
contribute,
expert,
I'll
you
allow
asshole.
you. Do you got some silver lying around?
Chaos, I am not hugger, but do you need hug?
I'm just tired of this guy. I thought John was bad. This guy's 1,000 times worse. You'll probably run at the first sign of danger, too.
I think this guy's got a little bit more of him. Maybe.
I'm kind of a badass.
I'll believe it when I see it.
And I play mean golf. Actually, I don't golf. That's gay. Whoops, did I say that?
Whoa.
Edit here. Golf is for losers. People who have too much time on their hands.
Hey, Doc, we got steaks.
What?
Do we have any
Goes
silver
like a-
lying
Oh,
around?
you. I
Vampire
I
hunting
forget that there's
equipment?
more than one here.
Oh, certainly. We always keep at least a half dozen in the safe.
Okay, so seriously, I need to know if silver works on vampires.
We'll find out.
Is that real? No, I want to maybe research it beforehand.
I rolled
Where
on
I
my
don't think
monster
we should
lore
just
and
go-
failed by
I think
2.
we should go to this house. We should go to the location and scope it out for a few days.
All right, I'm going to use my Lord Demon monsters to find out if silver bullets work on vampires.
So am I. We need to know what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, I feel badly. I'm just like Zia.
I
I'm
failed
just
by
like
2.
Zia.
Yeah, I failed by like 30.
Unless I get a bonus. Do I get a bonus?
Well, it sounds like no, there's no
Oh,
bonus to be
It
had.
doesn't
for-
matter.
I made it by
A lot.
Made by 65.
61. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Somebody might be smarter than you, Dr. Baldwin,
Clearly not.
if that
Look
is
at
your
his
real
clothes.
name.
Stephen
Not smart at
Baldwin.
all.
Stephen Baldwin.
My name is Dr. Baldwin to you.
I work at a biodome.
Dr. Baldwin.
Well, this is where it gets a little hazy because, as you have learned since then, there is not just one particular kind of vampire. The one of the few universals is that wooden stakes through the heart always work well. Beheading is one of your best friends when dealing with vampires. There are some, as some referred to as lesser vampires that are affected by silver. But at this one, nears going over the research, this particular vampire would have been locked away for nearly 100 years. And if he regenerated after all of that, after the stake was pulled out and his head was added to the body bag in the paramedic van, when all of this happened, then more than likely he's probably one of the more stronger vampire varieties, which means silver likely may not affect him. But in a pinch, give it a try.
Hurt, right?
I thought silver was for werewolves.
Oh, certainly it is.
Silver vampires too. All right.
I'm sure we'll just bring some silver bullets. We'll try it out.
Try it and see if it works. Do we have any silver, Doctor?
We have a sniper rifle, but we can do this from far away because I don't want to do it up close.
I have a. We usually try to keep at least a couple of 9mm clips with silver ammo. But if for anything more beyond 9mm, we will need to.
What are we hunting a baby?
So. Okay.
I want steaks. I get close.
She likes the hand to hand.
I want a man's round.
Well, as mentioned, we happen to be in the hands of a munitions
Seriously, do
expert
your
over
9mm come with diapers?
He wants something from me. He's going to have to ask me nicely.
Cass, can you make a shotgun shell filled with silver BBs?
I sure can for you,
That'd
Peter.
be great. Except for I can't use it. But you probably can.
Why can't you use it?
I don't have weapons proficiency in shotguns.
You do not actually require to have a weapon proficiency to fire a gun. You will not get any bonuses for it, and certainly unless we have the a particular clause added to it that it's a favored weapon. Reloading it takes longer than normal, and so on, so on. But yeah, you will be able to fire one.
I think I'm going to go the more Peter Vincent route and let everybody else fight while he sits around and holds his cross up and hopes to God that the other people kill the vampire.
I'm okay.
Let's
with
talk
that.
about crosses. How do they work?
Not very well.
Well, with the
Since
lore,
you had the 65%, unless if you know this, Nick, run with it. I'm sorry.
with the lore, like the vampire is the antithesis of God. The cross is supposed to hurt him. So that's why holy water works against him. That's why silver works against him. That's why.
Good. I gotta make a phone call. Can you guys?
I have a out of character question.
Yes.
For my ambidextrous proficiency, can I have one hand a knife, one hand a stake, or does it have to be the same weapon?
Does not have to be the same weapon.
Back in. Game on.
We need a big knife, a beheading type knife.
The kukri would be great.
Yeah.
I want to call Doug Harrell, who's a mechanic and scrap artist. I believe I've acquired some items from him.
I can require. I remember one in particular for the podcast listeners out there. Baldwin once rescued this man when gremlins had taken over a scrap yard, and basically it made a whole bunch of crazy arena items, and there was something involved with like a giant transformer looking thing made out of cars together. There was all sorts of crazy crap happening in that yard, but coincidentally he had saved the life of this man, who coincidentally hooked it because he was wearing one of the the mask that you had. What the hell kind of mask was that? A plague mask. Thank you. And after he saw you in that plague mask, he as a way to say thank you, he fashioned you a plague mask with a gas mask in it. To take care of smoke and the a smoke and gas situation that you ran into at the scrapyard. So he did make that. I don't recall if he's made you anything else.
I got the weapons from the accented weapons dealer who
the
operates off
Wisconsin
of a ferry or something.
The public image is that he runs a ferry tour business. Has like a small ferry that he runs tours out of, but on occasion, he'll during certain dates throughout the month or weekends, he'll invite certain individuals to come up and purchase weaponry on the ferry. So yeah, it would be that guy who was the one who would hook you up with those goods.
Do we have his number? Does he have a number?
He, for safety purposes, not have a number. You have to wait for emails or some other method of hearing from him when the boat's going to be open. He says for safety purposes, no one knows how to reach him. The guy was always a little paranoid, though.
Hey, postman.
Who the hell are you talking to?
You really got the skill to manufacture ammunition?
Quite possibly, yes.
Do you want to actually show me that you're competent
I want
at
you
your trade?
I want you to get down on your hands and knees
Whoa.
and lick my boots and ask me nicely.
So that's a no. Noted.
I'm just asking for you to ask me, son.
You seriously need to up your medication.
You seriously need to get on your knees and lick my boots and ask me nicely. Or I'm going to leave you out there hanging high and dry.
We'll just leave it at that.
Smythe is giving you both probably a rather confused and incredulous look at this point. Just, what's going on with these two? But he's keeping you quiet.
He probably doesn't remember where he's at.
All right, I'm going to make a pizza shotgun shell with the silver.
Give me a roll under your skill, please.
19.
Out, and what is your percentage?
60.
Oh yeah, easy work for you.
You like this? Huh? You like it? See, this is me making a bullet.
Shotgun
You
shells
ready?
are stupid.
You ready? Here you go. All right, Pete, I'm done.
That was fast. Thanks.
Did
Yeah,
you
no
make
problem.
like one shell?
Only need one if you're good at.
Yeah, if you're a good shot.
Which I'm not.
It's great.
We have a shotgun, right?
You,
that John didn't lose.
Oh yeah, there'd have to be at least kind of like a common 12 gauge, maybe one of those stakeout shotguns. Something common like that is they're
Common pump action would be fine.
Yeah, exactly. They're not a lot of super fancy weapon. There's some gimmick weapons for specific monster types, but as far as firearms, common 9mm and 12 gauge kind of a thing is what you can expect for the few that they keep in stock.
Zia wants to equip or grab 2 wooden stakes along with her knives.
Grab a whole bag.
Whole bag of stakes, a bandolero.
Garlic.
I was about to say, as a matter of fact, there is a bandolero that.
Fuck
you could
yeah, I
use
want
to-
that.
That would give you about a dozen steaks to carry around in that puppy.
Yup.
It is a homemade job that probably somebody with a good leatherworking skill had accomplished when they weren't doing medical miracles with it. I swear, as I sit and think about that, I got nothing. I do not remember this at all. But anyway,
So, Dr. Smythe, I heard you say that we have 9mm rounds of silver bullets.
yeah, we try to keep at least 3 or 4 clips in stock where we can.
I want to take try one clip. I'm going to take one clip and put it in my backpack.
He's taking everyone down to the. Sounds like we need to pay a visit to the armory, if you could call it that. So yes, he will be able to handle you the clip that you requested, a bandolero with wooden stakes as requested over here. Baldwin, anything for you?
Still waiting for you to ask nicely. Dr. Baldwin's speechless. I bet this is the first time in his life.
Baldwin doesn't do a lot of talking.
He sure has this time. Is that in my head?
Well,
maybe I do need to up
you probably,
my meds.
yeah, probably. We should talk about that later.
I've had a few stressful weeks.
I do want a silver dagger, though.
Certainly, they would have some of those in both classic, more roguish daggers, 2 more ceremonial daggers.
Just ceremonial is fine. Or actually, the roguish ones are fine.
like an Athame, or something a little more modern common.
It's fine. Whichever. It's gonna cut something. That's fine for me.
If it's gonna cut a vampire, I want it.
So can I get one of those as well, or do you just have
Just
one?
have one. Sorry. I have a whole backpack now of all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I only had the one. Seems people are thinking we've hit the superhero game realm suddenly.
No, I just took one. I don't.
And yes, there are a few more knives available if you would like to collect one.
I would like
According
to collect one.
my roll, there are a few knives left.
All right, I'll take one as well.
And Zia is still proudly bearing her wooden
silver-plated
wooden
knife.
stakes. Silver-plated
and
knife.
I've got my
yes.
knives.
And they would all be the 1d6 damage variety or 2d6 to beings vulnerable to silver.
All right, I'm going to start calling
So what's is the damage for
armor
the
smiths in the phone book until I find one that's open.
So you find one that's open.
with the silver bullets? Is that 1d6 as well, or is that
No, they 9mm would be 3d6,
3d6?
but it would be
Okay.
4d6 for beings vulnerable to silver. There is as far as weaponsmithing goes, maybe I should be more specific. What is it that you're trying to have created?
Somebody who can make me some ammunition.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the remaining 9mm silver bullet magazines because I'm going to need some raw materials.
How many are we sitting on minus? 2 clips to go. You can claim them both.
I will.
And it's asked on your honor that whatever weaponry you grab, bring back or replace ammo as needed, because we're not exactly the March of Dimes with the Lazlo Society. So with Smythe bringing that up, you're trying to get in touch with somebody who can make weaponry this late at night. There does happen to be looks like almost more of a small mod pod joint, but yes, they are open. Or if either they're open or his business phone is also actually his phone that he press. It almost sounds like he works out of his house.
I'm going to be as charming as I can and ask him if he can make me some emergency silver 357 rounds.
What is your charm? Remind me.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had to ask, and now's a great time to ask.
Where do you have that on the sheet?
Should be in the
It's my medal,
miscellaneous on the back. Yeah, on the back in the miscellaneous section, lower bottom left.
88.
88, you say? Oh. All of you probably get to listen to what's probably been a very different side of Baldwin. He puts on the charm, and it sounds like this guy's like, well, we were going to close for the night kind of a thing. But
I heard that you are the best armor smith in Washington. I mean, I know some armor smiths. I'm staring at one right now, and skills are nothing compared to yours. You come highly recommended, and it would be my honor if you could make some specialized ammunition for me.
Yeah, certainly. We'll keep a light on for you. I look forward to meeting
How
you.
much do you want to charge per round? I have some silver 9mm bullets, and I need them remade into 357 Magnum shells.
now who's going Dirty Harry?
How about $200-$300 a round?
Thinking like,
Why?
what would you need those that fast for? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why?
Well,
Good
if he's
charm.
offering $300 a round, he's probably not going to ask questions. Nothing will get a.
Hey
If
Peter,
he's
how much
offering
did I charge you for
$300
that
a round,
bullet?
more than likely this guy isn't going to say squat about it.
I'll be right over.
He says, in fact, I will. No, I'll start getting production on some right now.
We're going to really load those shells up.
Ma and Pa joint is about exactly what it is. There are some. For example, there are people here in town that have the old school buildings where their business is on the first floor. I can think of like a small engine place that I can think of, and they had the apartment for the guy was on the second floor. It's probably a lot like that. But yeah, the kindly maybe if not plain looking wife is there to greet you all at the front entrance.
Hall. Oh, I didn't bring any of these people.
Oh,
Zia's
You're going
throwing
by
knives
yourself.
back at the warehouse.
you're knife practicing.
I'm just going out on my own for a little while. That's it.
I didn't hear that, so I assumed you were all going.
I'm meditating.
Yeah, meditation is a skill.
No.
But you do probably have it as a psychic. So
He's probably
excellent.
just sitting there in his own feces. Chewing on his own tongue.
Dr. Baldwin has caused Cass to meditate.
And Giles will probably have a moment of conversation with you as well to help try to bring you back down, because he's frankly getting concerned about you as well, because he hears the voices when you do.
And what would be funny is if Giles disappeared and John took over as your spirit.
Oh
God! Oh my God! No!
Don't trust him.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him.
Although
at all.
somebody at the table
I know a
makes
secret, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not even going to mention it anymore. In fact, I'm just not going to talk to you at all.
Oh, okay.
Then you will really be crazy, man.
Dr.
Crickets.
Baldwin's acting like a big old baby.
Dr. Baldwin?
That's
He's
John.
talking about John
Or
as
John.
John as your spirit guide would be is what he's talking about. I heard where you were going with that. John as your spirit guide would be a complete waste of time.
I know a secret.
It would be, but I'm not going to tell you.
What's your credit card number? Don't worry about it. I already got your bill.
Peter, since Dr. Baldwin has to go out for a moment, what are you going to do to bide your time while he's meditating and she's practicing throwing knives?
I'm going to watch videos on how to properly use a shotgun.
YouTube videos.
YouTube videos are great for this. Speaking of which, that was something I meant to bring up before the show. There is a newfound discussion on one of the forum sites about what starting skills people should have, and there was an argument with computer operation, and I think Arnie and I and somebody else here, we've all kind of talked about an idea of doing something like mobile technology or something to that effect. That's something that I should really have us all sit down and work on some night, because that feels like a skill, because computer operation isn't quite the same thing. Not everyone, really, I mean, even as easy as computers can be, the operation skill does require a little more. Mobile technology is supposed to be so easy, even kids can use it. I've watched them do it, so that's probably a skill in the future we'll work on. So those of you that I shamelessly plugged as I shamelessly plugged this podcast when I was talking to you all last night, I hope you're hearing this and know that I was listening and we're working on it. Getting back to the show.
Edit here.
Yeah, Nick, edit here.
That's what Peter's doing. He's using YouTube to learn how to use it.
He's using his mobile technology skill that's supposed to come standard with the character to YouTube video the proper use of shotguns.
Yep.
You can learn how to load it that way.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't watch enough,
That's too hard.
I haven't watched enough.
if you haven't watched enough action films to know how to load a shotgun, you can find out on YouTube.
Peter's two favorite movies are Terminator and Commando, and he doesn't know how to use a gun. Amazing.
So, Baldwin showing up at the Ma and Pa shop. So yeah, wife is happy to let you in, and yeah, it looks like
I'm gonna pick up some donuts on the way there.
probably Dunkin' Donuts and Crispy. They're usually making the donuts around the clock, right? Memory serves.
I don't know. Dr. Baldwin doesn't eat donuts,
But you're hoping they do. I follow you. I hear where you're going with this.
Now put your sweet old lady voice on.
Here's some donuts right here.
Oh, young man, we never get people to come in this hour of the night. But But Irving said you'd make it worth his while. So come on in. Oh, are those donuts?
Boy, they are. I got them just for you.
Oh my!
Dr. Baldwin likes old ladies.
You do realize I'm a married woman now, don't you? Here, let me take those. Oh, you're gonna make me blush.
Over donuts? That woman needs touched.
I haven't been touched in years.
If it's not the shaft of a gun.
Wow.
Oh.
Somebody's been drinking.
Well,
I'm
I'll give
on
them
number
the,
2.
She's only on 5.
I've only had a couple at 2 or
I
3.
blame the cheese.
I gotta get the cheese taste out of my
she's
mouth.
drunk. Dairy drunk.
Dairy drunk.
I've
The
had
microbes are-
like 35.
35 slices of cheese.
Time-wise in our episode.
Oh. Well, considering we started at like 8.
An hour 15.
Well, we've been jabbering, so we're just gonna make this one episode. So
One episode with a lot of editing. Understood.
No editing.
This
Warts and
episode
all,
is just
Nick,
titled
warts
The Long
and all.
Episode. Yeah, kindly couple looks to be, again, the husband, well, the wife, you hear how she sounds, she's apparently, according to Shannon, she's largely ignored, so much that offering her donuts seems to want to make her blush, where her husband looks like a man in his 60s who survived 2 foreign wars and kind of has this kind of forever grizzled look to him and what have you, and yeah, he's already in the back working on the shells you requested. Said I had my own silver supply, so I've already been working on them since the phone call.
You, sir, are as amazing as everybody says.
Amazing enough that you're paying in cash, I hope. I prefer cash transactions on for something like this.
Yes.
Fantastic. Then we're gonna get along marvelously. How many of these do you need, by the way?
How many can you make?
How much time do you got?
A couple hours.
Huh.
Get a ton done. Not literally a ton.
2 seconds.
What kind of a gun is that? Like, did I hear Dirty Harry gun?
357
You're a
Magnum.
dirty hairy guy.
I'm
The most
trying to
That's
visualize.
Most
No,
powerful
that's a great
handgun in the
analogy.
world.
Is that
A
a dirty?
TTR.
I never thought of it.
And it will blow your head
which is-
clean off. And you gotta ask
That's
yourself one
amateur.
question.
That's amateur hour.
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
I carry a TTR Magnum, which is it's a 357. It's got an 8-round capacity. It's a revolver. It comes with rails for any of your mounting needs, and that's really all that you need to worry about.
Arnie and I have had
But-
this discussion that I'm probably going to have this particular weapon for home defense one day.
Well,
Because whoever comes into my house is going to leave with bullet holes the size of pot pies.
Like a full-size pot pie or a little pot pie?
Yeah, probably a Marie Callender, pot pie. Respectable size, Yeah, that puppy right there. Arnie and I have both marveled over that
shoot
particular.
357, 38, 38 plus P.
It's a pretty swank gun.
Lenny Steele 38 will, but
I'll stick to my sharp wood.
Yeah, you will. He states, I hope you brought plenty of cash then.
if I didn't bring enough, I'll go to the ATM.
Giving him a couple hours,
I'll
and
go rob a bank.
based on the roll that I had, make a 2 out of 3 effort here.
This could have all been yours. Could have all been yours, Cass.
I imagine,
You
like
gotta
most
quit your
others,
job.
they probably sell those in boxes of 100. He's able to pretty much go through about half a box in a couple of hours. So 50 bullets will put it.
I could have saved you the money.
So 50 times
I'd
300.
rather spend the money.
Yeah, Baldwin can afford it.
$1,500.
Yeah, 50 bullets at $300 a piece.
Oh shit! Go fucking take out a loan.
Yeah. So 15 grand. He says, and yeah, I'm staying closed tomorrow. I'm taking her out.
She's going to be touched.
Aww. Surf and turf, bitch.
I'll tell you what. Let me take care of
He's-
too many.
He's holding on to, and yeah, he does not let go of the box either. He's still kind of got it in his
Dr.
hand.
I was hoping
Baldwin
for like a dozen.
doesn't care
Now,
about
the
money.
terms of our agreement was how many bullets I could make in a couple hours.
Done.
I have made 50.
I don't have that kind of cash on me, but I'll make the arrangements. I'll buy what I can now, and I will come back in a few days and buy the rest. But I'll get them all. I highly doubt I have $15,000 on me.
That does sound a little.
I mean, I have it, but I don't have it on me.
I'm gonna need a business card, and I'm gonna need your driver's license to make a photocopy of, so I know where to find you if you don't pay up. Standard business, you understand?
Sir, I'm hurt. I'm Dr. Baldwin, Dr. Alec Baldwin. I'm a surgeon. You've probably heard of me.
He just upped his price.
I've actually thought that. Oh, so
In
that
fact,
means 300's not enough.
I mean, maybe if you knew what I'm using these for, you would probably agree to lower your price. You see, you may not believe this, but there are evil creatures out there killing innocent women and children. I saw some pictures on your walls. You got grandchildren, right? Their lives are in danger, even as we speak. And I'm just trying to go out there selflessly and take those critters out.
You just made it sound like you're taking the children out.
Selflessly, I'm gonna take out those dumpy little kids, grandkids of yours.
I hate kids.
Yeah, it's a punchy night, everyone. Pardon us. We'll get back on the rails eventually.
I'm sure maybe you could sell me what I can afford at a discount, since I am being incredibly generous. And of course, you have my word that I'll be back. And that's not even a lie, because my character will be back for them.
You're all right.
Of course, you make these for me, your name's going to get passed around in my social circles.
I am but a humble mom and pop shop place, so I will not reduce the price. But I'm gonna take a leap of faith, pushing over the half. I will take the cash you have on hand tonight,
Done.
and I'll come looking for you. But I'm gonna take a leap of faith on you, Dr. Baldwin.
You come looking for me.
If not, he'll send Vito.
He say, and the wife has his ticker's not so great these days, so you might incidentally see him anyway.
Okay, I'll complete the
Reba.
transaction. Okay. Money exchange for bullets. How many bullets was I able to purchase?
No, he's
I don't
giving you
know
the
how much
full 50. He's taking a leap of faith on you for what cash you
Alright.
have on hand.
And now, once I take the bullets, now I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to go to intimidation. Now, when you say, sir, that you're coming after me, that makes me very, very suspicious of your intentions. And I got to let you know, people who come after me don't do much anything else after that. So maybe you could tone it down on your threats and implications.
What kind of doctor are you?
Perhaps you don't.
Fair enough. Nor do I want to know what these bullets are for. Coincidentally, this conversation didn't happen either.
Very good. I like your style.
In the next episode,
I will be back.
he squeals like a pig to the cops, and Dr. Baldwin goes to prison.
Probably making. I already gave the wife a name, Reba.
I've got lawyers on retainer because I need them.
Wasn't he Irving?
Reba and Irving. That's it. Yeah, Irving.
They
Couple of good
stayed
old
open
folks.
late for you, and you talked shit to them.
No shit.
I'm gonna
man.
let somebody threaten me.
That's so mean.
Well, it doesn't. He didn't sound like he was threatening per se.
Well, that's how I took it.
You didn't hold up your
'Cause-
end of the bargain.
Because you're an asshole.
I did
and you
too.
you
I
didn't
haven't
have-
had a chance to let him down yet.
You
I'll
didn't-
be back.
You didn't have the cash.
I need a last name, somebody.
Gesturtenhofen.
Nikes.
A name people would believe.
Irving Butler.
The Butlers.
Gesturten.
Actually, Butler weaponsmithing sounds kind of cool.
I
Butler.
saw the name today, Willie Johnson. I was like, his parents must have hated him.
Or they loved him. It's-
At least they didn't name him Tiny.
I knew Arnie might remember her. There was a Roseanne Bush that Arnie and I would have known from grade school through high, I believe. In other words, Rose Bush.
I knew a guy named Bonar. So he wanted to name his kid Anita. Or Harry. Harry Bonar. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that is not his last name. The name of this couple is the Butler family of Butler Weaponsmithing. And they've been in the business, apparently celebrating coming up on 30 years, so apparently he knows what he's doing.
Seems like he's
my
one
goal.
accident away from being a supervillain.
Not an accident. I don't make accidents.
Well, we can fast forward this to you.
3
coming-
years later in a basement.
Is
A vast collection of laboratory equipment. Electrodes. Electricy. Arcing. From one spot to another.
Is that like stroking? Stroker?
Stroke. I'm going to stroke your ass.
Oh, okay.
Nick, you better edit here.
Wow.
We're gonna fast forward, bringing you back to the warehouse. Zia, knife practicing.
What time
amongst
is
other
it?
Weapon practice. This will probably be pushing it. Oh, he mentioned a couple hours went by after I think his meetings went to give or take 11 p.m.
She's probably been napping for a few hours. She wakes up early and does her workout, so...
You will come home to come to the warehouse, see Zia hard at work, working on her aerobics or stretches or power liftings, whatever it is she does, she is doing it.
She's sleeping.
Oh, she's. You just said she woke up and she was.
No, she wakes up very early in the morning.
Oh.
So if it's 11 p.m., she's sleeping.
I did not realize Zia had such a early regimen.
She's a
now I know.
morning person.
Well, good for her, because I am certainly not. The GM is not a morning person, but
No.
Zia is.
I am not either.
Dr. Corrigan over here is probably feeling reasonably confident after watching enough YouTube videos of how to properly at least hold and point and fire and maybe reload a shotgun with enough time. You probably shouldn't bet your life on it, but certainly you could fire and reload over time.
I'm sure I can do it pretty good. We'll see.
Is there a shooting range in the warehouse?
There is a target practice in the back. Yes.
Maybe I should do that for a little bit.
It's a shotgun.
Cass, you want to go with me?
Point, pull the trigger.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. Zia, you want to come down and throw some knives at some targets? Oh, you're asleep.
Oh, what?
She's sleeping on the couch, man.
She was dreaming about Mountain Man.
Is Zia in the mountain?
Zane.
I can't even think of anything.
I
She'll
think-
just kind of whimper.
Yes, Mountain Man, take me right now.
I must peg you.
Your hands are so strong, it's so soft.
Oh man. Well, Baldwin, that's what you're walking into at the warehouse. Zia talking to her sleep on the couch, apparently with some sweet nothings, and the rest of them are somehow she's sleeping through the firing range at the other end of the warehouse going on. She must sleep pretty damn hard.
After that meditation, she can get real deep in it. Sleep. Sleep.
So you are pegging Zane.
Could have bought him a drink first.
Oh, man.
So Baldwin, that's what you have walked into. Kaboom! Going on down at the warehouse.
I'm gonna go check that out.
Cass and Peter both are working target practice together.
Hey, Doc. You want to fire some rounds?
What's up, Doc?
What's going on?
Just learn how to use the shotgun.
Yep. Old Peter's learning how to use a shotgun.
Well, that's not hard, is it?
And I'm
Point and pull the trigger.
getting my aim.
Well, there's the stance and the grip.
With a shotgun?
Oh, yeah. Don't want to take my controller off. Why am I going back to this place?
I don't know. Why did you go back?
Maybe-
Because you're enjoying
maybe
firing
'cause
the
you're-
gun?
Maybe he's relaxed.
Maybe the gun is helping you find some peace.
I prefer a little more control and precision.
Oh, what you got? What you holding?
I have a modest firearm.
Modest.
Jack Nicholson's Joker.
It's an 88 Magnum. It shoots through schools
Shouting dangerously.
and the tree outside. Don't tell me what to do. My grandma told me what to do once.
Holy shit. Why don't we make it interesting?
Why? How? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, you can't make a shotgun interesting. But...
Well,
what is that?
If you
What
wave
is that,
it in
like a-
someone's face, they'll
A
probably
BB
be
gun? What is that, pellet gun?
It's not the size of the gun that matters. It's who's using it.
Well,
Are you
worked in
compensating?
the
Are
ER
you
for
are you
many,
compensating
many years.
for
I can
something
tell you
there?
that the size of the shell
Zia to think you're sleeping through all this
Is
and have
very
nothing
important.
to add to that conversation.
But-
Are you compensating for something?
No,
I believe you are.
clearly not.
I
So,
think you guys should be good friends. You guys would be great together.
Did we just become best friends?
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I still have to.
We're rivals at
I have,
first.
I have to give him the hazing first.
You're giving me a hazing.
The new guy in our group. The new guy. I came to respect John in the end.
Did
Why? What in the hell would you respect John for?
I don't know, because he
He
thought it
did
was
take
awesome.
a proverbial bullet for you in the end.
He did.
so to speak.
Well,
He
only
died
because
for
he
the
wanted to
cause.
Die, but
He didn't choose to die. He just ran out of time.
He did come for us.
After we made him.
See, we don't know that.
Do you really think you could have made John do
but
anything?
what were his motivations?
I don't know, but in my head, I'd like to think that he came to find us because he cared, even though I know he probably didn't.
I remember telling him, fine, you stay in that sewer. We're going.
See, Peter and I wouldn't know that because we were in another
And he
dimension.
went only because he didn't want to be there alone.
Maybe I think the best of people.
Good old fashioned shoot off.
Nah.
See, you are missing out now.
I think we have a investigation or something to do.
What's wrong? You
I
scared?
kind of want to see this.
I'm not scared of anything.
Maybe I'll give you a few pointers on how to use that little piece.
See, I actually worry about the bullets that I'm
Who
wasting
would wake
here.
me up for
You know,
this?
actually,
I'm
I
going
was
to text you.
Well, I'm certainly not going to use expensive shells for this.
I'm going to text Zia. Be like, you're missing it. And then I'm going to text Hannah. You're missing it.
hey, send Kendra one
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, no.
I tell you what, you walk down to that end of the range, you put an apple on your head, and I'll shoot it off your head.
See ya, here's the Texan comes running. What is
No.
going on?
No, because I don't trust you. I don't trust you to do that.
All right.
There's got to be like a mannequin or a ballistics dummy around here somewhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
Workout dummy.
One of those training combat dummies. Yeah, all the self-defense classes have. Yeah, they'd have one.
All right, I tell you what. Why don't you? I don't know. Pick a little target. See if you can hit it.
Okay.
We'll do 2 out of 3.
All right. What's the stake?
I want to see, if you're competent enough to hang with me. I don't know. What are the stakes? I just blew $15,000 on some ammunition.
Yeah, that's your
That
dumbass
really
fault. You could have had
wasn't
it for free.
Whole lot. I mean,
You could have had it for free.
Yeah, but I don't grovel.
Well, that's your problem, not mine.
That's not a problem if you can afford it. But
Apparently, you can't.
all right.
You pick the target, Doc. You pick the target.
The nose.
All right.
The nose hole.
Okay.
Aimed, called shot.
All right.
Plus,
I don't either.
Just a second, I'm writing a note over here to see it.
Taking like upskirts of us, 'cause that's just rude.
Maybe.
I knew I shouldn't have worn that giant flowing skirt today.
It's a kilt, you sicko!
I'm Star Trek: The Next Generation. This is just a straight up skirt.
Yeah, remember that. The guy's wearing a skirt. And so is that one. And they're like nurses.
It's like a bridge guy or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Just throwing it out there. Just say, don't feel obligated, sir. All right, you want to know some?
As far
you
as
want to know
genetics
some
go,
bonuses, huh?
I would certainly be the, most desirable.
I was thinking about getting in on this with my knives.
So
Okay.
Zia, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight, is my understanding.
Yeah, just like a whoop. Bring a knife to a gunfight.
I do not know I need to show off my dick size, though.
I'm not showing off my dick size like Mr. Captain No Dick over here.
Where was? Oh yeah. We were asking. We're looking for modifiers. Here we go. If you're looking to do an aim shot, you get +2 to your strike. It takes 2 actions. If you're trying to make a called shot, no bonus, but enables the character to get a beat on very small or difficult specific targets. Counts as 2 melee attacks. Possible
That's just a straight up
penalties for
D20.
small targets. Or you can do an aimed called shot. That is where you get the +2 to strike, but can target very small specific items or areas. Takes 3 attacks. Possible penalties for small targets. So there you go. Taking the appropriate amount of actions to aim. All aim shots gets an extra +2 to the bonus. Unless we're using sniping rifles and have the appropriate skills, then they usually have more.
I know what my aimed shot bonus is.
The
Doctor,
whole table is in suspense.
by all means. Ladies
The,
first.
Dr. Corrigan, it sounds like since you're waiting for something to happen, you can go up and change the target sheet for him.
Just stay out there.
Yeah,
Bring
sounds
it.
like a great idea.
Somebody's got to go up there and change that target sheet. And if we have this little of trust as a team, what hope do we really
I
have?
do it. Yeah. I'm sure these guys will know proper gun etiquette and not shoot me in the back while I'm walking up there.
I would, Pete. I would.
Doc will be like, I can fix it. If I shoot him, I'll fix it.
Well, yeah, God, you got him down really well.
Not even a scar.
Pete's one of my only friends, so I wouldn't shoot him in the back.
face. I'd do it to his face.
I'd make sure he was looking at me first.
So you gotta get this shooting contest in 10 minutes.
I'll take an aim shot. That would be 26.
That's a hit.
All right.
Bullseye shot.
18.
18 would also be a bullseye shot.
Not bad.
Shit.
Critical. 29.
10.
You veered completely to the left over there.
You need to work
Cass.
on your grip there. Put that left hand over. Completely cover his
Having the two different sheets to look at, yeah, his was spot on with that 20. Yours was not. You veered far too much to the left.
Okay, go ahead.
14.
15.
2 seconds. Make sure I'm telling this right. I'm believing both of them are spot on. I think 14 is just enough. I'm going to confirm that.
I was just making it interesting, Doc. Are you gonna take me out here now?
Well, now that he's up one ahead on you.
I'm just making it interesting.
Yeah,
How interesting.
14 was enough to for you to make a bullseye. So 2 bullseyes apiece.
Oh, I've got 3.
No, I meant both of you bullseyes in that last round.
Oh,
But yes, you're still up by 1. By
Still
my
up by
count.
1.
Yeah.
We just had 3, right? Congratulations, you won.
Peter, you can go ahead and
Of course
change
I
the sheet again as they make their wagers. Change the sheets.
Great. Okay.
Shoot the crotch out of his pants. You could do it. I like your style.
RoboCop style.
That's my friend. No.
I'm just kidding. Don't do
We got a
that.
thing about pals, Doc. Pals.
You aim gun at eyeball, I take you out.
I have no idea what you were saying just now, Zia. GM is confused as the rest of the players.
She overheard
know.
Doc.
Who's shooting who in the eye?
They know.
Zia overheard the Doc saying for me to shoot him in the crotch.
Oh, that.
So she's threatening his life right now.
Well,
I do not know you. You patch me up, but I do not know you.
Nick his ear.
Pals, Doc. Pals.
Thinking about going to get the helmet. It's got an armor rating on it now.
Nick my ear. I'm going to run out there
Hannah,
by the target.
patch that thing up. I need it.
All right. Just
Don't worry about
just
face
nick
off,
me
just
in
get
the
it done.
earlobe.
Okay. I want to throw my knife at him.
Whoa, what the hell? All right. We might lose another character tonight.
Are you serious, Doctor?
Well, if you think you can do it.
Well, I think I can, but that is not the point.
I'll give it the old college
the ear
try.
is a particularly small target. You'll need to
The
see,
lobe of the ear, a nick. Not
nicking the
a
lobe
full
of the
stab.
ear. You're going to be looking at wanting to get a 16 or better.
Oh my.
Oh, Lord.
With my bonus or
And
without
you
my
have-
bonus?
Cass
see.
kind of shimmies to
You
the
want in
side.
on this?
Nope, I'm shimmying to the side out of the way.
What happened to your faith in your group?
Who needs to up
It
their
will-
medication
Right.
now?
Yeah, you're
You have a
the
plus
crazy
7 to
one.
throwing knives.
So the 16 does not include the plus 7.
No, it will. That's what I'm saying. You have a plus 7 to.
You got lucky.
See,
your
melee
throwing
weapons
together.
are a whole
So
different story than
basically, what, you
ranged
need a
with
9 or
50.
palladium. Yeah.
I was joking, Doctor.
You would need to roll a 9 or higher to not wreck his ear or his
I
face
want
for
to
that
see if
matter.
he's gonna keep pushing her.
I mean, if you don't want to.
I want to a little bit.
Yeah, I tell you,
Oh,
I was going to give you an alternative.
I rolled. That's canon, right?
Oh, yeah, you threw it.
I think I got you in the eyeball or something.
What did you roll? Oh my God! Dr. Baldwin,
Hopefully
you
you just
see that
missed.
knife is
Perry.
Parry quick, parry.
Well, parrying is probably not your best option. I would recommend ducking.
Dodge.
I'm going to give Baldwin the benefit of the doubt that you will see that knife is coming right towards your head and not your lobe. So yeah, please.
How much damage does a knife do anyway?
Well, in her hands,
it's
she
gonna
did not claim that she was
cleave you.
doing a pulled punch.
No, farts. No,
she
I didn't.
did not claim a pulled punch. So
it's gonna go straight through your skull.
You would be looking at potentially, on an average, would be about 20 points to SDC, plus with a headshot, it'd be times 2.
Bet you're glad you made that bet, Doc.
She could potentially kill you.
I'm gonna duck.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Oh, I got a pretty good dodge.
Yeah.
I got a 21.
And thank goodness for it.
Whew.
That was too close, Baldwin.
You're a dumbass. I thought you were the smartest man on the planet,
I-
Doc.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. You ever seen that Buckaroo Banzai? Fucking Buckaroo Banzai with his band, and they're playing at the bar. Buckaroo Banzai is so fucking awesome. Everybody's into him, and he stops the band because he can hear one girl crying over the noise. The entire band and bar. He spotlights her. I know you can do better.
I knew you would duck.
Try again.
I
Okay.
knew you would, Doc.
I don't even have to collect my knife.
God,
so.
you are dumb.
She's gonna take a deep breath. 17
Apparently
plus.
you were flustered. Well, 7. You don't need bonuses with that kind of
I
a
nick
roll.
your ear.
She hit exactly what you told her to do.
Ah! No, I'm just kidding. It kind of hurts.
But it's probably kind of cool.
There you go.
The first
See,
one.
when we split up, she's on my team.
The first one was on purpose.
This is a team building exercise. Come on, everybody. You guys, come out here.
I'm
Come
so
on,
glad
guys.
Smite's in his office
I
right now.
will not get shot at.
Chris, come on out here. Look, I used your name. I didn't call you something derogatory. Come on out here,
My
Chris.
name's Cass, dumbass.
Is that what it is? Cast a mass?
Cass, dumbass. Cass, dumbass.
That's not canon.
Short
Do
for
mass.
Masticus.
Do mass.
Come on, come out here. We'll hold hands. We'll let her throw something at you.
No. I trust
She's
Zia
really
with,
good.
I trust Zia with my life.
Show her
I don't
you
need
trust
I don't
her.
need I don't need proof.
Show her. You need to show
I've
her,
already
Cass.
been in battle with her. I don't need to
Cass,
to.
it's okay. Let go of your fears.
I don't have any fear of Zia.
You, Rich.
Rich?
Tom. Jim.
It's a biblical name. You got it. Come
Job.
on. You can do it.
Come on.
Lucifer.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Come on out here. Let her take a swing at you.
I'm your worst.
It's really good.
I do not want to throw knives at my friends. I
Just
said
one more.
you.
Just one more. It's good. It's confidence building.
I'll stand in front of him. All right, throw it.
I will not.
And
Nice
to my
try.
knowledge, he did not put on the eyeball for that. So you could throw and not nick him in this case if you're worried about hurting your friend.
Peter Duck.
Of course, another bad roll like you had earlier.
All
You're
right,
gonna do
then.
a little
Well,
more than nick
well,
him.
I guess I'm going to go super glue my ears shut.
All right, Doc. You do that. I didn't think there was
Super
anybody.
glue
crazy.
was originally made for medical purposes.
I didn't.
By the way.
I didn't think anybody was crazier than me.
We
Peter.
are about to end this episode. Zia, are you going to take a confident leap of faith and throw a knife towards your friend Dr. Corrigan, who's asking you to try it?
She actually
They're
wants,
looking for you to impress them again.
She wants to kind of elbow Cass and like, do you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
I will not throw a knife at you, eyeball.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't want you to do it anyway.
Get used to that kind of rejection from females. It's probably going to happen a lot more.
More than normal? I don't think so.
This is a good point for Dr. Smythe to come out of his office, shouting over the railing at everyone.
No, you go back! You go back! You don't want to see this, doctor! Trust me. Trust me.
Peter's
was
standing
about to
there.
say,
She's got her knife.
Trust me. I'm a doctor.
He just doctored you,
You just
doctor.
touch your fingers to his lips.
Well, that'd be a considering that he's on a second floor. That'd be a Mr. Fantastic stretch to pull it
I
off.
thought he was walking in the room.
No. This is like second floor is where his office is, and he would be, as I had stated, he's looking down over the railing, and a good point. I think
Railing?
you've seen the warehouse, right?
Okay. Sure.
No,
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried
Point
about
is, he would look over the railing at you guys down below, and not realizing what all's been going on, he would state, my gear is packed, and I've summoned my team to help me with my work. Is everyone ready to leave?
Let's do this.
Let's go, Doc.
It's the middle of the goddamn night.
This is the perfect time to hunt vampires, right?
Yep.
No,
they're
you hunt
sleeping.
them during the day.
Why would you do that? They're awake at night. Perfect time, right? Why go in the day when they're asleep?
You guys talk too much.
Fuck it.
More action.
I'm listening to her. Let's go.
Let's go.
Everyone's loading into their vehicles, getting ready to go to one of the seedier sections of town.
We'll take
And that
mine.
is where we're going to end the episode.
Who's riding with me?
We have a special guest in the house to end the episode with us. Nick's lovely young lady is here, so we got to keep it PG for the moment. Can you say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye.
No, say bye.
Goodbye.
There it is. Now, she waved at you all, too. She's really cute, and she waved this adorable little kid wave that just melts your heart. It was really cute to see. I wish you all could have seen it. But you just heard her as well. She just said goodbye, everyone. And I will give you a wave that doesn't look nearly as cute as her, but I wave. So, all right. So this was Steve,
Nick,
Kirk,
Arn,
Shannon.
and you all have a wonderful night.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Dang, she's cute. Which makes you wonder if you're truly dead.